Round one, fight!
And that dignified young man that sat opposite him was a hero.
So why do you think he has so many supporters then?
Well, that's the worrying thing. How many
Is that not a democracy?
Well, I think that decent Christian Protestant people should disassociate themselves wholesale and quickly from this fanatic that you had on here.
There's a guy here who wants to speak to you. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Grey shirt, go ahead. Where do we get a mic to you? I'm going to mic to you. Wait there.
What I'd like to say to George is this: you're scaremongering, okay? The man was in his own church, in his own assembly, for 40 years teaching people, raising them up for protection for their own family, to raise up family in a right order, to respect every person. That's why he's respected in his church. The media came in and listened to what he was saying on the platform. Then they manipulated it and brought him out into the world and turned around and told him he was telling people he didn't trust them. Trust.
No, we didn't. Hold on a minute. Listen. No, I'm sorry. You listen. The media didn't tell him anything. The media asked him.
The media manipulated him. By the way, the media manipulated everything he said. By the way, he was talking in context of a theological sermon.
Can we talk rather than just shouting over each other? One second. One second. You need to.
For the hate Christians, right. And I'm telling you now, the Christians are starting to stand up. We're not having it no more.
Right, okay.
It's as simple as that.
And so, do you mistrust all Muslims?
Trust is built through knowing people.
Right, so he doesn't.
Hold on, listen. So how do you trust Pastor McConnell? Why don't you go to his church for 6 months? Then come out and tell me he's a bigot. He's not a bigot. He's a man of God who's turned around and brought Catholics and Protestants to Galloway for 40 years. George is a scaremonger. Everywhere he goes, he wants media attention. He wants to turn around and get his face on TV.
Okay.
He's a scaremonger, and that's all he's here doing. Away back to Britain. Back to Britain. Back to Britain.
What are you, fucking stupid?
Thank you very much. As far as I can see, there's only one person shouting here, and it's you. You can, of course, reply to that. The mic's gone.
Well,
go ahead.
There was a rather disturbing number of people who found that contribution worth applauding.
As they're entitled to do.
Indeed, but it's still disturbing. If it's not disturbing to you, it's certainly disturbing to me. The media did nothing in this story. He wasn't just speaking in his church. His sermons are online to the world. And his words were not manipulated. Who are you going to believe, me or the evidence of your own eyes? Your own eyes.
Hold on, the mic, look, we can't hear you. Right, you need to let George finish. Thank you, go ahead, George. Keep going. Go ahead, George.
Who are you going to believe, me or the evidence of your own eyes and your own ears? You saw and heard what he said. He praised Enoch Powell. He said that Powell had been right. He said that Islam was the spawn of the devil. He said that he didn't trust Muslims. He didn't say he didn't trust Islam. He didn't trust Muslims. He said there were some say there are some good Muslims in this country. Okay. Maybe so, but I don't trust them.
There's a young lady here, white shirt, go ahead.
Oh, hello. I was just going to respond to that gentleman's response there. He says it was taken out of context, Pastor McConnell's views, but we literally just seen him in context in front of the whole nation saying, yes, he does not trust Muslims, so it is in context.
And let's come back to the issue. What do you say to, some politicians are pretty mealy-mouthed. Some politicians, Peter Robinson made the point today, all of a sudden it's all right to mistrust all politicians. How come that's not similar?
I believe freedom of speech, it is an absolute given right.
That's what Peter Robinson standing up for, is it not?
We have, the problem with Peter Robinson is that he speaks of authority, and he needs to have, responsibility in what he says. He has a very, very public profile and a platform, and he needs to take responsibility.
And
if he has those views, that's his prerogative.
And last word to you, George. What do you think needs to happen now? Does there need to be clarity from the First and Deputy First Minister? Do you think it's on that scale?
I think unless Peter Robinson comprehensively withdraws the things he said this morning, then he must be deemed not fit for office. Now, I must tell you, I always
Well, that's for the Northern Irish public to decide, isn't it? Not you.
Well, it is.
Ballot box.
It is, but as far as I know, Peter Robinson wants Northern Ireland to be part of the United Kingdom. As a member of the United Kingdom Parliament, I'm telling you that the overwhelming view in Britain, if not here in Northern Ireland, is that this man is not fit for office if these are the kind of things he's going to say.
Here's my final question, because we're out of time. It may be a case at the next general election, who knows what way that will all churn out, but it may be the case that the Conservatives, that Cameron would need the DUP support. Can you see David Cameron taking flack now across the water if he aligns himself or joins up with the DUP and some guys because of how it would be interpreted, or not? Will it be gone by then, a year down the line?
Well, a year will go past quickly enough. I think it would quickly come up again. But David Cameron's fate is of no interest to me. But the fate of the people here is of great and familial and historic interest to me. And I just feel very sad, as most people will, to hear the kind of things we've heard tonight and to hear the applause that Mr. Bigot there got.
Well, hold on a minute.